Good evening. My name is Kirsten Reister of Passionate Way Horsemanship. Some of my logos still say Positive Way Horsemanship. That changed as a result of a relocation to a different state. If you Google either, you can find me. One of the things that I do with my horses when I bring them in for their dinner is I give them something to do. And it could be as simple as like walking at the grandpa walk, like one step at a time. It could be walking really fast and slamming on the brakes. It could be trotting and slamming on the brakes. It could be slamming on the brakes and backing up really fast. It could be an obstacle on the ground and have them side pass over it. Or it could be working on the different types of stops. I have, hay, which is a half halt, which means we're walking together. Say they get a little too far ahead of me, I'll say, hey, it'll cause them to brake, but I didn't slow, like I don't change gait. Like here, I am continuing. They say, hey, right? And then we walk together. So it's kind of a tap the brakes kind of hoe. I have hoe, which is slam on the brakes, stomp your feet into the ground, stop. We stop together in a hoe. I don't continue to move. We have wait, which is they stop and then I continue to move, whether I've sent them ahead of me and then I tell them to wait and then I'm going to continue to approach them. But they're expected to completely stop and then I can keep moving and they understand their job. Wait also, like if you're approaching a gate and you're gonna like not want them on top of you at the gate, you can tell them to wait, which is a hoe right here, but I'm gonna keep walking, don't follow me. I like my horses to have really defined cues that have a specific definition that are not, like it's not a universal word. Like I don't use hoe for 20 different versions of braking, right? I use hoe for slam on your brakes, we both stop. When I'm riding, you slam on the brakes. When I'm riding, I have one that's called, that I use is like as if you just saw something, but you don't want to be obvious that you saw it, you go, whoa. So I have kind of like a very quiet whoa, and that's like if you see a stop sign ahead and you're gonna roll to the stop instead of beating on your brakes. I do this almost every night with the horses. Sometimes if I'm tired or whatever, maybe I'll just bring them in to eat. I will, even no matter how tired or how behind schedule I might feel like I am, if a horse is coming in hot, too overexcited for their meal, what I'll do is I'll spend time with that horse at least. And the reason for that is not only because I need them to not be so animated, right? They need to have a little bit better focus or connection to me in that process. And not be so focused on going and getting food, and to where they could be potentially dangerous because they're ignoring, their company. The other reason I do that is because I want to, as best as I can, potentially, I got one fly, as best as I can to potentially prevent them from taking a mouthful of food that they don't chew. And then you have the vet coming out for a case of choke. So I really want to make sure that if they're coming in super animated and, and I think the first thing they're going to do is just dive in for that bite of food, and because of their excitement, they forget to chew. So I try to make sure that I have a more level-headed horse before they enter their stall. So those are the reasons that I would do it, even if I'm behind schedule for some reason or rushing or for some reason. If I have a horse that's overly excited about coming in, I'll spend some time still connecting to that horse. Okay, I have some that are being started this year, so I stop them at the mounting block, I lay over them, I ask them to walk off with me maybe, I put all my weight on them maybe, depending on where they are in the process, how much I would do with them. I have horses that are rideable that I would even do mounting block work with, just give them something to do. Last night, for example, I did mounting block with Logan, who came in extremely animated and knocked me off the mounting block probably about 4 or 5 times. Well, because he was so excited, and here's the mounting block and here's his stall and here he comes, he wants to get to his stall. So he just kept swiping me off the mounting block. He was performing properly, but with way more acceleration than necessary. So we didn't go into our stall and have our dinner until we came over to the mounting block as we are supposed to, where we land next to the mounting block where there's no hitting me involved. And then we were able to go into our stall. So we do different things and we gauge how long each horse gets. Some horses, they may come before they even get to the door and have performed perfectly, and I may just take them to the stall from there. It just kind of depends on where they're at. So
this is Charlotte. She's coming 3 this June and will be started this year. So in preparation for her first rides, I do a little mounting block work where I lean across her and let her feel the weight on her back. I try to make it something that's just a normal experience as part of her coming in routine.
So that's called my turn signal when I do my fingers at the edge of their mouth. So that's a turn signal. If I go like this at the crease of their mouth when their mouth meets their face, and I go like this, it's to tell them to turn without having to grab the lead rope and pull them that way or push them. I just go like this and it tells them to make their turn.
This is Oopie. He will be 2 in June. Can you tell when he asks to look at the mounting block? If you say right now, you are actually correct, but there is a more insistent request coming up. I wasn't trying to stop him from looking at the mounting block more than I was trying to get him to stay focused on what we were already doing. When it comes to horses asking to look at things that I think they would benefit by exploring, I rarely ever demand that they walk past something without that moment of exploration.
He might start clawing as his way of kind of trying to process that, what it is. Ask him to look at it from this angle. So his ears are what I call donkey ears. When they're nervous about something, their ears go out to the sides. I'm just asking him to take a better look at this because he's still not over it. You can tell by his body language the way he's trying to avoid it with his body. But I'm going to ask him to go back over there and reapproach. Let's look. And offer some physical reassurance from me. It's his snap that's touching that's causing him to be a little worried. So there's the donkey ears. See how the ears are going out to the sides? Those are donkey ears. That's lack of confidence. It's shown in those ears. We're not over it yet. You're going to go ahead and ask him to take another look. Take another look. Now, what's going to happen because he's not over it is he's actually going to probably go a little fast as we lead, and this gets back to this state. Okay? So let's see how his gait changes maybe. Let me get past it. Good job. One of the things that I did that I would normally tell somebody not to do is I put myself on the opposite side of him and the scary object. So here's the scary object, here he is, and here I am. That's very dangerous to do it that way. I was spending a lot of time reading him, so I knew he wasn't about to leap over on top of me. Or I should say, you never know. But I strongly believed that he wasn't so scared that I was gonna get jumped on. But normally, if this is the scary object, you go here and the horse goes here. So if he's gonna jump away, right? So instead of jumping away onto you, he's going to just jump away and you're still going to be safe between him and the object.
This is Logan, who will be 12 this year. Watch Logan tell me where his stall is, and then actually even slightly insist that we're passing it. This is Teddy Big Boots. He will be 11 this year. Sometimes Teddy gets so eager to please that his body begins to move before he even really knows what he wants it to do.
Too much.
I'm sorry, Mommy. I'll try harder, I promise.
Now. Okay, wait.
This is Tucker. He will be 3 this year. Good, that's our first walk off. Good job. This is Dewey. He will be 4 this year. I've been asked, when do I know to check a temperature?
Why are you breathing? So, I'm going to show you. I have no reason to believe he was just running around. See his nostrils? So that would be why I would check his temperature. Because I have no reason to believe he was just running around. Wait, ho, 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 hey. So it's in the normal range. So I'm not worried about him. It's 100.5. It's a little high, but we don't know exactly like what, if he's just from the humidity or whatever. So I'm not going to panic about 100.5. I would panic about 101.5. I wouldn't even panic. I would do something. I'd give him something for it. But is it possible that it's just because it's been ridiculously hot today and they're still exposed to, or still have some winter coat? Yes. But anytime that they come in huffing and puffing and I have no real reason to believe that they were just like running the fence or something, that's when I check their temperature.
This is Ritz. He is going to be 21 this year. And then the battery died. The two you missed were Katie and Tyson.